Looks like we are live. Good morning. Sorry, I'm still organized here. Welcome. My name is David, and today is Saturday, the 6th of July. It's been an amazing year, but we are announcing, well, we're formally announcing today in our broadcast that after today, there are only 4 more broadcasts from where I am sitting in Cincinnati, Ohio. And we are ready to take the Celebrate Business Project 2024 marketing sales value experience out to any of the other 386 Wikipedia MSA markets. I will address that and how it might be of interest to you. So how we are brought to the format for today's live stream is what I'm going to be calling a CyberMercial. I first started talking about CyberMercials in about a year ago as something that we could digitally publish and produce, obviously, but we have never produced one. Today is the first, and it is for Dreaming with Entrepreneurs. Well, actually, you don't see Dreaming with Entrepreneurs in that. LLC. It is a company I founded in the summer of 2007 when my son Jordan, who was then in the summer of his second year as a marketing student at the Ohio State University, said to me, "Dad, you are not marketing yourself right. You're not positioning yourself right. You're not branding yourself right," using all the terms. And so I said, okay, what do I need to do? So we actually created an action plan back in the summer of 2007. And it started with the development of the character, the avatar, Small Biz David. That's him up there. And then we have, since 2007, started to build the story for Dreaming with Entrepreneurs. And we actually went online. I did my first YouTube in 2008, so 16 years ago, was when I did my first YouTube. Have produced and published over 2,500 hours in all those years of YouTubes on the topics of subject matter, entrepreneurship, and small business, because in my 75 years, I am a third generation small business owner, and that's really pretty much been my frame of reference for all these years. And that's why every Saturday is Small Business Saturday. It has been for me for as long as I can remember. But we began, I knew about 3 years ago that I wanted to I wanted to focus the message to be very definitive in what I wanted to do outside of where I'm physically sitting right now. I wanted to visit as much of small business America as I possibly can to share information, to uh, certainly uh, demonstrate the impact of a 19-minute marketing and sales live stream conversation with me. And in those 19 minutes, the value that you bring to the marketplace with the service or product that you actually provide, that's what your business is all about. We will fine tune that message and get to the value, and then share that value with wherever we publish the URL, YouTube, that will be produced. Pretty simple. So why am I using the expression cybermercial? I guess that's to be relevant, as relevant as I can be. But if you are a baby boomer, and I'm a proud baby boomer, I am among the age group of baby boomers. We're the third oldest baby boomers by definition of what a baby boomer is. For those of you who do not know, a baby boomer was born after 1946, basically after the war, and up until, I don't know who or why they did the cutoff, but they cut off baby boomerism at 1964. So anybody born in between those years is a baby boomer. So if you are a baby boomer, you will certainly remember from the early 90s the infomercials. And there's still some infomercials I see today. They're done in a much different format than they were back in the early 90s. But what I wanted to share was that I had involvement in three, well, more than three, but the three that are most memorable to me were actually, in all three cases, the first time that these folks did an infomercial. And I was on the team. I was on the team to develop the customer care side of the projects, so that when a customer called either to order or had a complaint of a concern of some, I engineered the group of folks who would satisfy and bring the concern to a solution. And so the project the projects that are most memorable to me, I think trying to do this by when I did them. I don't know. I don't even remember. I can't put them in order. But Fidelity Investments, a company well known, decided that they wanted to run an infomercial. They were an ongoing client of mine. Had been by that time had been a client of mine for a couple of years, and they decided they wanted to run an infomercial in the middle of the night, literally Eastern Standard Time, in the middle of the night, to try to reach an audience that maybe they were not reaching in daytime hours in the marketing and sales campaigns that they did. And the most memorable thing about this, they never, the only involvement, I was supposed to um, answer, have phones answered in the middle of the night for customers who were calling in, being motivated by the infomercial that they were watching. They never told me that they were going to shift the call. They didn't tell me that the phones were going to be pointed at the environment that we created. However, we answered, we handled at least 300 calls. That's the way that I set up my centers. I guess that was an emergency one, but we answered 300 calls, and I thought that was really, really good, for outstanding, for not being told that the infomercial was actually going to run. That was that one. A second one that it was a tremendous amount of fun was, I am sure that by now folks who will be viewing this too know the name Rogaine. And with just a tad more hair than I have now, with no follicles. You have to have follicles to be able to take advantage of Rogaine. I met the Rogaine project manager, and the first thing he said to me, I met him at the Salt Lake City airport, and the first thing he said to me was, "You are not a candidate for Rogaine." But the point I wanted to make about that particular campaign, the very first campaign that was produced, never mentioned the name Rogaine, because had they mentioned the name Rogaine in the regulations that exist over the counter, so to speak, outside of the prescription world, a disclaimer has to be shared with the individual who might be purchasing the product. So the creative decision, brilliant, made was that we would create a dream, a fantasy, a picture. We'd paint a picture of what it might be like, and no call to action, no real call to action, or maybe for more information, a very weak call to action. Over 3 million people responded. That was over 2 years. Incredible. And the most interesting thing about that campaign to me was in our end of dealing with the customer, was that there were only 3 complaints in all of those calls that came out of not getting resolution, the customer was not satisfied, et cetera, et cetera. I found that to be unbelievable. So, and the third one, I don't know if they're still doing it, but Lexus, the car, was the very first company to introduce the concept of pre-owned. Lexus, a pre-owned car, and They created an infomercial for that. Uh, we took lots and lots of calls, handled lots of calls on that particular promotion, and it was a fun campaign. It was the very first time that anybody had used the term pre-owned car, and obviously Lexus had created the infomercial to explain the why them, why were they doing what they were doing. So, based upon my experiences way back then, 30 years ago, more than 30 years ago, I wanted to create a format that I called CyberMercial, where we would publish and produce digitally. We would create the message in a live stream and publish the URL wherever it was appropriate to publish the URL, creating touch points. That's my expertise, is creating customer care touch points. Using those touch points as the opportunity to communicate with your customer and take your customer to their next level, enhancing the lifetime value of that customer. That's what I have been doing. Well, I've been doing it for 53 years for myself. I was doing it in the basically, I was doing it in the insurance industry. At that time, I had access to 19 of the 52 largest insurance companies, and showing them where each time that they talked to a customer, for whatever the reason, it was an opportunity to listen, respond, and take that customer to their next level. And, I had a diagram that I made for that. Here it is. I created this in 1995. 1995. This was my presentation, my infographic to the insurance industry. These are all these ovals represent touch points, lifestyle management touch points, different experiences that one has with an insurance company, and then all that information gets stored in a data warehouse back then. Today it's in a cloud somewhere. And this is what we've been doing all the years. So it was it's been a great journey, and we've had a lot of fun doing it. And so, to that end, the Celebrate Business Project 2024 Marketing and Sales Value Experience is looking for searching. We know they're out there. We are doing our research to define collaborative partners who will make a marketing sales investment of $25,000 that will create a minimum of 100,000 of the customer care value touch points that I just described. And because those individuals will have access to my proprietary, in this case, Cincinnati marketing and sales value system, when we do that week, when we produce a live stream on Saturday, that partner will be my co-digital producer, publisher, and sidekick on the live stream. If you want to view, no, I know you want to find the other 27 live streams that we have done, and you'll find a lot of the live streams that I did prior to January of this year at youtube.com/@ David F. Leopold /streams. When you get to my YouTube page, there are 4 tabs that you will go to. If you type in streams in the browser, you will go directly to the page. If you go to my YouTube page first, hit the stream. It says live. Hit the live tab, and you'll get to these live streams. So, searching for collaborative partners that want to invest, not spend. Well, they will be spending. They will get a very, very, very quick return on value of that investment quickly. They will see it. They will see it in a couple weeks by the touch points that are created. And they could be, and this is another thing, they could be with customers, or they could be with businesses, small businesses with whom they want to have as customers. They are not currently customers. The application will go for new or existing customers. I guarantee that. I gave you my YouTube channel. And finally, the last thing that we are searching for as we speak are business associates. And you might be a business associate in your market. If you think you might have an interest in being a business associate, respond when you're viewing, if you're on Facebook or YouTube or wherever it is, respond that you want to have a video chat with myself. It won't be live. It'll be it'll be a Google meet and greet, as I call them. And then if we agree that you will become a business associate after a trial period of about 30 days, 45 days max, as a business associate, you will be able to realize 60% of the cash flow that is created, that you and I create together in the market. We will work together to set the market up for you, and it will work. And if it works as it is supposed to in 6 weeks, you could be sharing in 60% of the revenues, the cash flow that is being generated in that market. More details on that in the Google Meet and Greet. And as I've been going through boxes and throwing stuff away and taking away from this apartment, this home of mine for the last 5 years, I found a couple boxes of a book that I published. I wrote it, I edited it, I negotiated with a printer to get it manufactured. And this happened in, it happened in 100. I created this book from cover to cover and actually held it up 100 days after I started the project. Needless to say, a very intense 100 days, but a lot of fun. A very, very valuable 100 days in my lifetime. And to the next, to the first, not the next, to the first three people that mention that say they would like to have a copy of the book, I will send them a book and I will personalize it, and it's a collector's item. It's among the last 200 books that were published 16 years ago. Well, no, 18 years ago, 2007, 17 years ago published. Well, let me share the fun that I've had with the book over the years. The book was specifically designed to be a workbook. I did not provide answers to the questions. The concept being I wanted the small business owner or student. There were several thousand books that students received back in 2008. And they would take a note. They would read the question and think if that was an important aspect to their business, to help to assist their business, to grow their business, and write down who they need to contact to find out the answer to that question. And of course, they can always contact me because I do know the answers to those questions. Well, the biggest complaint, and I heard it more than once, that I got from the book was that I did not provide the answers. And that is the reason that I started to do YouTubes, to produce and live stream YouTubes, to provide the answers to the questions. So I never did a checkoff, but I am pretty sure that over the years I've answered all these questions in a YouTube. YouTube has not kept all my YouTube. I have two channels. I don't want to confuse you with a second channel. Someone was doing some technology work for me, and without my knowledge, set up a second channel, and it's there, but I don't pay. I pay very little attention to it. It so happens that a lot of the YouTubes that I produce on this channel get over to that channel, but that's a Google technology thing. Wow. I just question 151. Does your business have business interruption insurance? I just dealt with that category of questions this week in a posting that I did on LinkedIn. Basically, I don't think I did it on Facebook, where my friend Barbara Weltman, once a year, she reminds people that 6 months into the year, it's very important to evaluate your business to see what is happening, what should happen, and what needs to happen in the next 6 months. And it's a good time to check, like you check the batteries in your equipment to see if your smoke alarms. It's a good time to check your business to see what you have. So we dealt with that question this week. Interesting. But I will have to say, as a disclaimer, that there are 2 chapters in this book that are not the questions. Some of the questions will be pertinent. Most of the questions will not be pertinent. Actually, it's 3 chapters. Your marketing and marketing communications. Technology has changed that environment totally. Actually, in today's world, it's at danger levels as artificial technology comes into our embraces our lives. And more, a half hour ago, I read a perspective of artificial intelligence from the AARP, who I've been following for 25 years. And that's baby boomers. Although the AARP continues to accept for membership anybody age 50, on your 50th birthday, you are qualified. A membership to AARP is ridiculously low because you get the value of that membership. It doesn't take long to get the value of, I think the initial membership is $14 a year, and they give you a gift with that. So marketing and marketing communications change dramatically. Technology decisions for your small business. Probably the concepts of technology changes for your businesses are in the book, but the actual changes themselves obviously aren't. References to, because I see technology change every 60 seconds in some of the things I do. At any rate, it was a lot of fun publishing, writing, creating the book. And Jordan, I thank you for motivating me to make it happen. So I want to thank you for your last 32 minutes in sharing the very first CyberMercial that I have ever created. And if you would like a CyberMercial for your friend, for yourself, or a friend that you think should have a CyberMercial, don't hesitate to contact me and let me know that too. Have a great day. Enjoy your day. And remember, it's very important to do what you love and love what you do. Until the next time.